Hello everyone, welcome to the video lecture series on Embedded Controller Lab. I am Nikhil Kulkarni, working as an assistant professor in Department of ECE KLS VDIT Haliyal. So here I am explaining the entitled program interface a 4x4 keyboard and display the key code on an LCD, and as well as I will be showing you the demonstration related to this experiment. So in the first phase now we will discuss about the program and related hardware connections, that is how the keypad and as well as LCD module is internally connected to the ARM kit and how to configure the pins or the ports. Then we will go to the programming details, then the demonstration video will be shown and it is discussed. Okay, now the aim of the experiment is interface a 4x4 keyboard and display the key code on an LCD. So here first thing what you should know is we know already about the details of the board.
Theory.
Regarding this, if you consider the LCD, so here we have a 2 cross 16 LCD with which is internally connected to LPC 1768, and it will be used in a 4-bit mode. So usually by default the LCD comes with 8-bit mode, but here we are using it as a 4-bit mode because the board internally it is connected to 4 pins of the ARM controller. So this one you will be understanding soon as we proceed to the next slides. So here, as the name itself suggests, so it has two lines with 16 character. So if you consider first line, so on the first line you can display up to 16 characters, and also on the second line you can display another 16 characters. So basically it supports all the ASCII character and as well as some alphanumeric characters as well. And one thing here you need to note here is, so this one has uh, the pixel size. Each character is having the pixel size of 5 cross 7, and other than these alphanumeric characters it also provides the to display the custom patterns also. Okay, so now first let us understand what is an LCD unit. So basically it is a universal uh, configuration used. So basically the LCD will be having 16 pins, which you can read here like VSS starting from this pin up to this at the end. So if you just check out here, so what we have is, so we have the starting pins as the first one, the VSS, followed by VCC, then VEE, and so on up to the, that is the last 16 pin, that is KLED. So first one is the ground, second one is the VCC, so ground and VCC will be connected, and the third one is VEE, which is connected to the internal port. By adjusting that you can adjust the display contrast. Then we have the register select. We will see these functionalities in the next slide. So register select, basically it is used to use the LCD in two ways. That is by giving a proper value, either 0 or 1, we can send the commands. Means we can send the command means what kind of operation you want to get from LCD that can be sent through the command lines. So in order to use the command lines, the register select value should be 0, and if you want to send the data to be displayed on the LCD, then we should make sure that this RS pin should be equal to 1. Then we have read write pins. So in order to perform the read and write operation, so this pin, if it is 0, then it performs a write operation. If it is 1, it performs a read operation. Then sixth pin is about enable, that is the falling edge triggered. So this pin is very important pin here. It should be all enabled in order to control and display the characters on the LCD. Then we have the data bit pins from pin number 7 to 14. So out of pin number 7 to 14, now as we are using it as a 4-bit configuration, so there is no question of using D0, D1, D2 and D3 pins. So our usage is limited to only these pins, D4, D5, D6 and D7, and 15th and 16th. So in order to glow the LEDs which are connected behind that LCD panel, so there 15th and 16th lines, across these two lines the LEDs will be connected. And next, as I told regarding the explanation, if you consider here, so we have the explanation for data bus register select as I explained. So data bus, it is mainly a 8-bit data bus referred as D0 to D7. So next, register select I have already explained how we can use it for command line and data line. Read and write also I have explained, and also I have explained the enable pin also. Then how to send the data, so that is now we will discuss steps for sending the data on the LCD. So this is the only about the LCD panel now. So in order to send the data, first you have to send the character to LCD. Say if you want to display high, okay, so first what I can send, first I have to send this character H followed by the second character HI, one by one. So that is used properly. So once you use it properly, then you have to select the data register by making appropriate setting at the RS. Then you have to perform the write operation by using the RW pin. Then you have to send, or you have to enable the enable pin by sending a high to low pulse, that is the falling edge triggered signal. Then as usual you will get the message. So now let us see how uh, in our board how the LCD panel is connected to which pins of which port. So if you consider here, so as again we are using the LPC 1768, so here it is clearly mentioned. So for LPC 1768, these yellow shaded ports, these port and the respective pins have to be used. So as it is connected here, which how these 16 pins are connected, you can see. So for in order to have a control over register select, you have to program bit number 4 of port 2. So if you consider that, in such case, then you will get this configuration. And similarly, if you consider the other one, okay, so as you can see here, you have to program P2.4 here now in order to have control over RS pin. Similarly, if you consider P2.5, that is for enabling. Read and write, it is already pre-configured because we are writing it, so we have to use that. Then we have P2.6 to 2.9, 1, 2, 3, 4. These four bits of port number 2 are required to be used for sending the data, or these will be acting like a data line which are interfaced to pin number 11, 12, 13, 14. So if you consider this here, now you can see the configuration details. So this configuration details, so we have taken it from directly the ARM reference sheet. So in that you need to understand how to configure the pins. So so I will show this explanation at the end. So in order to select the port 2 bit number 4 to 9, first you have to understand port 2. So for that you have to select which pin select and whether they are appearing in the lower half world. Lower half world means bit number 0 to 15, upper half world means bit number 16 to 31. So as we are using the port bit numbers P2.4 to 2.9, they come under lower half world. So accordingly we need to use pin select 4, and since we need to use them as a GPIO pins, general purpose input output pins, so here these values, bit values 8, 9 to 18, 19, they should be programmed as 0 value. So this we will discuss in the program as well. Next, if you consider the LCD function, so if you consider the LCD function here, so in case of LCD function, so how we are using that? One is we are using the, okay, if we check here, so we are using some header files, that is hash define LCDH, first one. Next, same thing again. So in order to have the values over register select, so register select, now if you consider we have this P2.4. So why this value is 10 here now? Because if you write 10, this value is in hexadecimal. If you write only say 10 in terms of binary, what we'll get is 0001 followed by again 4 zeros, where this 0 and this first 4 zeros corresponds to this 0 now. So this particular 0, it is the bit number 0, this is bit number 1, 2, and this is bit number 3. So since we are using P2.4, this bit has to be, this is the fourth bit, this value has to be 1, and this is the bit number 7. So if you take the total value, it turns out to be what? 10. So similarly, if you take P2.5, 2.5 means this value has to be sorry, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this value has to be 1 and this value has to be 0. So if we take this value, it is 2. So consider here the binary weights 8, 4, 2, 1, 8, 4, 2, 1. So like that, if you check it for remaining things also, which pins we are using, 6 to 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6, 7, 8, 9. So if you take this group here, so which values we are using? So this turns out to be the value C, that is 8 and 4. if these values are bit number 6 and 7 1 1, and next is 8 and 9, they are also 1 1, and before this we have 0 0. So this value turns out to be 3C. So next we have to call LCD initialization program, that is the inbuilt program we are calling. And for each of the thing, that is controlling, displaying, we are calling separate internal functions which are already available. So these are just called directly. And next we have, here we are using this particular value temp1 and temp2 in order to read the values through rows and columns and the output. So this is a header file definition of the LCD function. So this must be, this is not typed in the program, this is used as a calling function. Now if you take the details of keypad, LCD and our LP7768, how they are internally connected. So this is already the LCD unit, we know how it is connected. And now if you take the keypad, so keypad here, it has got the keys. So this key is 0, this is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F. And as you can see, all the rows, they are connected as the output. So we are reading the values through these row values, and by default these are grounded, the brown one, and all the columns are by default they are connected to VCC through the limiting resistors, as you can see here, right? So if I select a particular pin, so if I select this one, so what will be the value which pins are selected? If this is selected means, so this entire column and this entire row will be locked. So I have to check here, we have the MSB bit row 3 followed by LSB bit of row 0, which corresponds to port 1.23 and port 1.20. And similarly here, if you consider the columns, so if you select this is the MSB and this is the LSB. LSB corresponds to P 0.15, MSB corresponds to P 0.18, and together if you take a 8-bit number, that we are using it as a ASCII value. We will understand in the program. Next, so as we are using the port 0 as a columns, so those things we have to use them as the GPIO pins with respect to different pin selects. Since 15th bit comes under the lower half world, we need to use pin select 0. 16, 17, 18 they lie under upper half world, so we are using pin select 1. So this one I will show you at the end in detail. Next, similarly the same thing for P 1.202, P 1.23. so if you consider the same thing, this is for row, this is for the column. So in this way the configuration is done. And now if you come to the program, here as we can see in the program, we are initially calling what? So initially we are calling the header file. So the header file includes LPC17XX. So that is called, then also we are calling another header file, that is the LCD, as I explained above. So that entire thing is called, and next we have void scan void. So that means this will not store any values here. Next, initially once you dump the program through flash magic and all, initially you will get this message. So this as the vendor is ALS, so they have given that namings, so you can change to any, you can customize this field. So here the main thing is, here are to understand how many characters are there? We have ALS space Bengaluru. Totally, it comes out to be 14 characters. So hence the value here it is 14. And once you press the key, so key pressed, it will show you equal to space is there. Together that comes to be 13 characters. And after that we are using the unsigned character values like column, row, variable, flag, key and pointers. So they have their different uses we will see. Then we have unsigned long integer values I, variable 1, temp3, and unsigned character scan code. So totally we are loading 16 scan code values and unsigned ASCII codes. So they are also 16. So here this value 0 corresponds to the value 1e. So how it is calculated? So we know this key is 0. So if I press this key, so we know already this column and this row will be locked. So this column covers which all rows? 1, 2, row 3, 2, 1, 0. So if you consider the equivalent value, how they are done, so that I will tell you. Then also these columns will be locked. So if you write the values like row into column, so in the row if I write 1e, so this 1e corresponds to the binary value like 0 0 0 1 followed by 1 1 1 0. So first 4 bits represents the row, then what we have is the next 4 bits represents the column. So here we know that P1.23, this is the MSB bit. So except, so this column is already, we know these, all these columns will be by default they are connected to the VCC. So once you press here this button, it will be grounded. So uh, how it will give you the value, so that you have to understand here. So now if you consider in that, so you can check here, this is 23rd bit, this is 22nd, 21st, and this is 20th bit, the pressed key. So this turns out to be the value as E. And if you correspondingly check the other side, so here we have the values related to the port bit numbers 18. So 18 is this one. Next we have 17, 16, and this is 15. So as you can see clearly the 15th one, so it is connected here. So if you check this, it turns out to be 1e. Similarly, if you cross verify, you will get the remaining things also. So if you press 1, so what will be the value? The value will be here 1 1 0 1. So and the other side value will be still, it will be 0 0 0 1. So it turns out to be the value as 1D. So if you check this, cross verify, you will understand this. So this is the scan code. That means once you press 0, the it will scan the value as 1E and it will display the value it as 0. So next, if you consider the remaining things, so again first here we have the main program. Here in the main program we are initializing, we are configuring the pins. LPC means LPC board. PinCon stands for pin configuration. Which pin we are configuring? Pin select 3. Through pin select 3 we are configuring which ports. that is given here. So we have these configuration values. So regarding the configuration value also I will tell at the end with one of the example. Say for example, if you take this value, the value like 000078, so this 78, it corresponds to which bit values? So they are connected to the port 0. So if you consider port 0, then how this value turns out to be 78. So as you can see, it is direction pin. So FIO direction, how it is used? So if you consider the FIO direction, if you want to use them as input, you have to make the values as 0. So in order to avoid the confusion, what you have done is negation value. If you negate this, these values will become 0. If I don't negate, what I have to use? I have to use FFF followed by this 8 and E, then followed by FFF. So instead of that, the simple value is 78, which corresponds to the bits connected to the columns. And if you want to use them as output pins, you have to make the value as 1. So similarly, 20 to 23, we are using now as a direct value, we are not negating them. So this F corresponds to the bit positions 20 to 23. So if you consider this value over here, then we get this configuration. And FIO set is mainly used for getting the or reading the value onto the pin, right? Then we have the LCD commands. Say for example, if you want to start from the first line of the LCD, then you have to use the LCD command value 80. Then you have to give some delay around 800 milliseconds we are using. Then we are using put string. So which string we are using? Message 1 of 0. So message 1 of 0 is nothing but this one. So this is the 0th bit, that is 0th character A, then the first one, second, like that, 14th character. So that will be displayed. Then we have temp1 C0, which points to the second line of the LCD. So I will show you in the coming slide what is C0 and CC also. Then after a certain delay, which key is pressed, so that will be displayed. That is the message to starting from the value 0. So next we are using this in a while loop. So while one means it is an infinite loop. So in infinite loop, first what we are doing is we are scanning the row followed by the column. So as you can see, for row, if it is equal to, this is a equal sign. If it is equal to 1, less than what value we have? Less than 5, because we have only 4 rows can be scanned. So hence the value is 5. So if it is first row, then if it is row 1, what will be the value loaded on variable 1? So variable 1 will be loaded with this value 0 0 1 followed by these many zeros. Why 1 is used at this particular position? This 1 represents the bit values of the port which are connected to the row. So if something like first, if you assume like 0 to third bit, if they are connected, then we could have written 1 here. If it is 2, then 2 will be displayed there. 3 means it will be 4 there. 4 because that binary value comes out to be 4 for that particular bit, hence the value is 4. If it is 4, then the value will be 8. So we know here this row is connected to which port? The rows are connected to port 1.23. So if I say row 4 is selected, means this bit will be 1. If this bit is 1, remaining bits will be 0, means that will be 8. If this is selected, that will be 4. If this is selected, that will be 2. If this is selected, that will be 1. So similarly, if you consider here, the same configurations are used. So if I assume that row 1 is pressed, so that value will be held by variable 1, and that will be stored on temp variable. So whatever value temp is holding, so that will be used as a GPIO 1, because port 1 is there. So that will be set for FIO set. So whatever the value is held by that particular port bit number port 1 is holding, so it will be set to that value. Then we will clear the contents. So if any uh, garbage value is there on variable 1, that will be cleared for the second scan. So if you don't press any key, then we use the indication like flag. So if the flag is 0, then it will again scan. If the flag is 1, it will put a break. So if you take the break means, so the first break, it will exit the first for loop. So this for loop will be, it will come out this for loop for the first break what we are using. And similarly, if you use the another break, so that is for the second while loop. Okay, so that is about the scanning the row. Now which uh, key has to be displayed? So if you want to know, so totally we have 16 keys. So 0 to 16 we have taken here for loop. So how it will be taken? If key equal to scan code of I, so this I, if I is equal to 1, means key 1 is pressed. So if it is 1, yes. If whether it is less than 16, yes, increment it. So if it is uh, key as 1, so what it will do, key will be equated to what value? ASCII code of I. ASCII of 1 is what? So that is shown here. This is 1. 1 corresponds to 1D, right? So that is the ASCII code. So if you take it in for all the 16 pins, so all 16 pins will be scanned. And after that, what we are doing, we are loading temp1 equal to with the LCD command 0xcc. So what is this LCD command 0xcc? I will show you. Depending on that, we'll call the LCD command, so as it is displayed here. Then a delay of 800 millisecond is called. Then the key which is pressed, that character will be loaded. And now, as I told you, C means what? See, we are displaying something like key pressed. So if you go on writing here like key pressed, so I can write here like key, KEY. Then if you give space, or if you continue as it is, PRESSED equal to. Then here at this position, the key which is pressed, that will be displayed. So that means this is F, this is E, this is D, and this is C. Okay, sorry. So here if you take a, after key, if you take a space, it comes at this position. So this is the position which is the line CC. So at this particular line address, we have to display the number. So here you can see the details of the what is the meaning of 5 cross 8 sized pixel. Each pixel address is 5 cross 8. Okay. So next, what we will do once the row is scanned, then again we call the function scan. Here temp3 is used in order to scan the column. So which column is pressed? So here what we are doing, we are comparing it with, we are performing the AND operation with the value stored on temp3. So we are checking whether temp3 is not equal to this. So depending on that particular column, if one key is pressed, then 7 8 value will change to other value. If it is changed, that will be the key pressed. So that is how it is considered. Then again we will wait for some delay. So once the delay is over, again we will check the value. So that value is again verified with the column. So once the column key is pressed, that is indicated by the flag, right? So which key is pressed? So now depending on this, it may be having some value. So that value is shifted right 15 times. So in order to store it to the lower nibble, and also temp value is shifted 16 times right side in order to uh, hold the value in the higher nibble. So since we are using the 4-bit representation, so for 4-bit representation, here what we are doing is, here we are generating the ASCII character. So that ASCII character value is 8-bit. ASCII character value is 8-bit means, so first lower 4 bits followed by upper 4 bits are being used. So how it is scanned? So once it is scanned, we will display that. Say for example, now if you take, these are the switches, switch 0 1 2 3 up to F. So I have shown you here the port 0 and port 1. This is 31st bit of port 0, and port 1, this is 0th bit of port 0 and port 1. So what we do here is, so we know already which uh, pins are being used. So we know already P 0.15 to 18, they are connected as a what now, the row or column. And next we have P 1.20 to 23, which are connected as the row. So the key pressed values will be present at this bit position, these bit positions. So we want them to combine together. So if I assume that key 1 is pressed, the switch 0 is pressed, so this area will be locked. If this area is locked means switch 0 corresponds to bit number 15. So if this is locked, corresponding values have to be configured there. So that will become like 1110. So that will be shifted 15 times. And if you take the uh, this row values, similarly the row values will be shifted 16 times. So if you shift from here to here, it is, the value turns out to be 16, here to here it is 15, and these values will be ORed. Once you perform the OR operation, you will get the complete ASCII character. So that is what we are doing in the program also. So we are doing the, or we are carrying out the OR operation to identify the which key is pressed. Key is equal to temp3 ORed with temp. So temp3 ORed with temp. So row into and column. So this is how it is generated. So if you execute this program, you will get the details. Now I will show you the pin configurations, how they are carried out. Okay, now here you can see that how a particular port bit numbers are selected. So if I want to select P 0.0 to 15 or 0.16 to 31, so correspondingly I have shown here. So these black valued are the lower half world, red one are the upper half world. So this is how they are selected, right? So if you consider the similarly, okay, here, say now if I want to select first 4 bits, let us take one example. First 4 bit of port 0, if I assume. So in that, if I am using the least significant bit, so that value turns out to be how much? 0001. So how I can configure port 0 should be equated to the value 1. So that value will not be equal to 1. So that value will be equal to something like this. So 7 zeros followed by 1. So this last one, it represents the 4-bit value. So this is how it is selected. And depending on, now as I told, I am selecting pin 0 of port 0. So you have to check for the pin select. So whether it is lying under the lower half world, yes, P0.0 lies under lower half world, hence you have to use pin select number 0 in your program. So if you are using port 1 in our program, we are using port 1, then we have to check whether you have to use pin select 2 or 3. And similarly for port 2, we are using port 2 in our program actually. So there we have seen we have used pin select 4 also. So like this is configured, and this is for uh, alternate functions. 00 is general purpose IO, like that, first alternate function, second and third. So this is what we have used in our program. So once you use in this way, you will get the details. So now we will see how to compile this program on the Keel Microvision software. So once you type your program, here, we can see here we have basically the initialization functions followed by the unsigned character functions. If I expand this, this is the first part. Then what we have is the second part is the ASCII characters declarations. Then we have the main program, which I explained. This is the main program wherein we will be configuring the LCD and all, scanning the row, and as well as scanning which key is pressed. Then we have another scan function for column, and that will be ORed. This will be ORed in order to get the actual value. So once you type the program, you can just go to this option and check here. You can translate it and make sure that you don't get any errors. So once this is done, then we go for the build option. So once the target is built, once you get this, then hex file will be created as per the options for target. Now your hex file will be located in this layout. So I am using this, I have stored the program here. If you have stored in your working library, so this library you have to check out where the project is created. So here you will be having the hex file with the name keypad.hex. So that you have to store it, or you have to send it through the flash magic on the board. So that we will be showing now. Okay, now we will be demonstrating about the next experiment, that is hex keypad interface to the ARM controller. So here we have this hex keypad is already internally connected, as you can see. So this is the hex keypad layout. Now there is no external connections are required except the power supply cable and the USB cable. If you come back to this hex keypad, here you can see the layouts. So if you go in this way, the first key is about 0. If you press this, you will get a 0 display. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F. So next, in order to demonstrate this, first let us load the hex file. Next, go to the FlashMagick, then upload the hex file. Okay, once it is uploaded successfully, first you will get this message on the LCD. So our provider is ALS Bengaluru, so we have the default name like that. Now if you press any key over here, so that respected key will be displayed on the hex keypad, on the LCD. So if I press 0 here, you can see that 0 is being displayed. Now if I press this 1, now you can check here, you will get the display as 1. Similarly, if you press the other keys also, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then A, B, C, D, E, F. So totally we can display 0 to F. Okay, thank you.